I'm getting older and have no one to date. Amy has adhered to the Siberian ideal, which states that dating should lead to marriage for women. This is an example of solipsistic behavior. The individual believes there is no one else available to date. She is merely thinking of herself, as the majority of women are wont to do. There is no shortage of men to date, but if you're in your 30s and men of value only want sex, of course, so stop dating the guys who are dateable or not haven't gone anywhere. There are plenty of men to date, but if you're in your 30s and men of value only want sex, you won't. They simply do not want someone like you. If there are no available boys to her in her mind, all girls will behave in this manner. Although it may seem as though there is no one left to date because all of the available men have vanished, the reality is that there are still plenty of men in the area. They're simply not interested in dating her. Let's get started, shall we? The author states in the very first paragraph of the article, "I don't worry too much about meeting the right guy immediately. When I was younger, I believed that it would happen in time, and I had plenty of that. Now that I'm in my 30s and single again, I've come to the realization that I should have found a good guy and then jumped at the chance to be with him. This is why I'm freaking out. My attention was drawn to the moment in which she advised me not to worry an excessive amount. When I was younger, I had a great deal of spare time on my hands. Young, gorgeous girls in this country have the misconception that they have an infinite amount of time on their hands. When a young woman becomes engaged between the ages of 20 and 22, the people around her are perplexed as to why she would get married at such a young age. Her friends may sometimes ask her, "Why are you jumping into this?" Or "You're still young white if you just stuck around." Both of these questions are directed against her. My pool of potential dates dwindled before I even recognized it because I was in a committed relationship for a few years, and after that, I was taking my time to recuperate from the end of that relationship. When I was finally prepared to start dating again, I took stock of my situation and realized that I had a significant issue. Everyone I meet is either married or in a committed relationship, or they are someone I have no interest in dating. When she argues that she needs time to heal since she had casual sex with a lot of different males in a short period of time, she is not being honest about the situation. She would like for us to assume that she remained cooped up in her apartment in the big city and did not engage in any activities, visit any locations, or socialize with her friends. Girls frequently pose the following question. "I haven't been in a relationship for the past 3 years. What does she think?" Improve your success with women by playing at a higher level. She claims that she is holding out for the one, but in the meantime, she has been having sexual relations with a variety of different men. In 2019, it is simple for women to have sexual encounters with males they do not know. Every single decent guy I know is already taken. When I was younger, I was friends with a large number of amazing guys. Somewhere along the line, each and every one of them was purchased, even the ones who didn't seem to have the most potential or weren't particularly good. Although I'm sure there are some amazing available men in the world, I've noticed that there are less of them than there were when I was younger. She spent her 20s sleeping with terrible boys instead of the amazing men who were interested in her, and now those men are taken, and she is upset that they did not wait for her to stop sleeping with bad boys before they started dating other people. There are a lot of great single guys out there, but you won't find them with ladies who are 34 years old because they're with women who are 23 and 24 years old. The number is lower today than it was when she was younger because of who you are rather than because of the dating market. Yet the number is lower now than it was when she was younger. This is the solid core attitude that has resulted to a reduction in the amount of males who are available to her. Let me pull this up here. It says that it's not like before when most people are involved in serious relationships. Back then, people broke up all the time, so nothing seemed particularly permanent. Now, however, most people are involved in serious relationships. Now it seems like everyone around me is eager to get their lives organized and settled down already. I am the exact opposite. I am only just now discovering my individuality and freedom, and I am searching for another free soul to help me figure out who I am. I'm only now coming into my own as an individual and gaining my freedom, and I'm realizing that maybe I shouldn't have parted ways with people over the past 20 years. Throughout my entire 20s, it seems like everyone I know is getting married, and many of my friends from back home have been married for a very long time. Some of them have even been married and divorced multiple times. Things are different than they were back there. People in the big cities typically spend a little bit more time before making something formal. Now that I've reached this age, even some of my friends here are starting families and getting married. When she states that her friends have been married forever, she means that they did it right, were married at a young age, and are now content in their relationships with their husbands. Due to the fact that she does not wish to have children, she often feels like an outcast. I understand that having children isn't a priority for some people, but she needs to understand that the majority of guys won't marry a lady who doesn't want to have kids. You can't whine about the fact that men won't date you because you don't want children or a family now that you're at this age. The only eligible bachelors are either recently divorced or much younger. It's not a problem for me to date a person who's been married and divorced before as long as I know he's able to make a commitment. On the other side, as we get older, we all come equipped with an increasing amount of baggage. That statement is only partially accurate, but there you have it, guys. A little bit of truth, right? The guys who can actually make it don't want you. She is attempting to make it seem as though only young males divorce guys known sweethearts, and only wounded guys are accessible. That wraps up my work for the day. When serious men try to propose to women who are 24 years old, I believe that 80% of the men will be able to relate to this point. The majority of these women will reject it because they desire more attractive and financially successful men, and when they reach the middle of their 30s, they start to complain about the choices they made in the past. Take care of yourselves, and we'll chat again soon.